Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, December 23rd, and today is the Monday recap where we will go over where we stand heading into this kind of short week, Christmas week, for Tesley, Cony, NVDY, Misty, and AMZY. But first, here is the earnings calendar. And as you can see, there's like two crappy companies. I don't know if they're crappy, but two companies having earnings today on the 23rd. Outside of that, nothing further. And then the week after, nothing after that. And then earnings picks up again in early January. So, interesting. Not a popular time to do earnings, obviously. Also, I made my estimate video yesterday. I'll pin it to the top of the comments if you're interested in what my guesstimate was for Tesley and some others. Go check that out. And lastly, I have an interview with Jay Pestricelli tonight at 5 p.m. if you're interested in that. If you have any questions for him, please join the live and ask it. Don't tell me what to ask, because obviously I'm taking questions live from the community at the time of the interview, okay? All right, moving on. Let's go to where we stand heading into this week. First, we'll go to Tesley. All right, Tesley, as we know, they have their synthetic 480. It expires in 61 days. But, Tesla, it dropped a lot, right? The market dropped a lot in general last week. Tesla's at 421, so they're 12.28% under essentially that synthetic strike. But, again, they got plenty of time to catch up. Hopefully they do. We'll see. As far as the holdings for this week, let's see where we stand. Make sure we don't miss anything. Expiration date is Friday, 12/27. They have most of their contracts in a 505 strike price, about 26,000 contracts. 505 strike price, 19.94% out of the money. Obviously, Tesla stock dropped after they opened their new position last week because they opened at 5% out of the money. So obviously they're, way down, 19% out of the money, but it leaves a lot of room for growth. So if Tesla decides to recover this week, then Tesley is positioned well to, capture that upside, which is good. And then we have the other call, 450, 250. This is only 7.47% out of the money, but it's only 450 contracts. The recap is 30-day IV for Tesla is 67%. Outstanding shares, 70.8 mil. Total net income is a loss of 133 mil. All right, so nothing further to cover there. Didn't update my reactions, but all good. Snow is pretty much off the ground, but snowman happy, right? Christmas week. I gotta get some Santa, reactions for tomorrow. Anyway, Group A declares in 3 days, right? Not Wednesday. They declare. Yeah. Little Rod's here in case you didn't hear him. They declare the day after Christmas, okay? All right, he's jumping on top of me. All right, payment information. What do we got? What? Yeah, you can't touch. Synthetic income, 531 mil. Short call loss, 133 mil. So that's a total net income of 397 mil, which comes to about 561 income per share. As mentioned, I made my guesstimate in the video on Sunday. All right, let me fix. There you go. I made my guesstimate video yesterday morning, and I'll pin that to the comments, but it's not going to be near $5. That's basically my guesstimate. All right, go to the holdings. What do we got? Again, we're in a really rough spot for the synthetic, but I mean, it should be okay. So I won't be singing today. And here's the calls. Obviously, they have, call credit spread on both of them, but we'll see how the week goes. We have a early close on Christmas Eve. Market closes at 1 p.m. And then obviously we're closed Christmas Day. So obviously a shortened week. The value of Tesley is 1.1 bill. The NAV is currently at 1593, and the trade price is at 1594. again, the Monday recap is kind of like a shortened version of what we do on the day-to-day. All right. Here's NVDY. So NVDY has 3 synthetic positions. It's almost split evenly. 37,840 contracts at a 148 strike. That's 8.99% underwater because NVIDIA is at 134.70 price at the moment. They also have a 138 synthetic. That's 2.39% underwater. And they have 36,850 contracts there. And then lastly, they have a 127 synthetic. This one's doing all right. They're priced 6.06% above that synthetic strike. 33,000 contracts there. All right, so if we go to the weeklies tab, we can see the trades for this week. Again, anything that you see in gray, I'm not talking about because those are closed positions. So, and I also try to color code any strikes that are the same. So if you look here, I mean, basically, it's like, I think it's like a 50-50. Half of the contracts are at a 134 strike. That's 0.52% in the money. Not a good start for this week. Actually, horrible start for this week. So we're kind of rooting for NVIDIA to go down, which is unfortunate. But the other half has a chance. They have a 140 strike price. That's 3.93% out of the money. Now, again, they do have call credit spreads. So if they do continue to go up, they already blew, past the call, the sell call. If they get to the 141 area, right, that's the buy call area, then obviously it's all upside from there. But until then, obviously, we talk about the dead zone. That's, typically the price or the area where, if they land in there by expiration date, it's going to be, it's a, loss on both sides. But we'll see how the week goes. Yeah, so 30-day IV, here's the recap. 30-day IV, 45%, outstanding shares, 60.5 mil. Total net income, it's a loss of 2.5 mil. I had the cap, no reason to change that, right? NVIDIA's capped. What can you say? Are they going to wear a cap in the office today? Are they even required to go in the office in this short week? I don't know, but NVIDIA be capped. Group B declares on January 2nd, obviously day after the new year, 10 days away. Okay, payment information, it's ugly. Synthetic loss, 62 mil. Short call loss, 2.5 mil. So we got nothing to provide you as far as income per share. If we look at the IV alone, it's a 46% IV, which would produce an 89-cent distribution. All right, so, and then we'll go to the holdings tab. The holdings, as you know, they have 3 strikes. So you'll see 3 pinks, 3 oranges. They're kind of like doing all right. But hopefully, for a synthetic sake, obviously we need to go up before 221, to have a profitable trade on the synthetic. And then if we look here in the middle, these are the calls we talked about, the 134 and the 140. And, we'll let that play out. But obviously, it's in a tough spot. If we look at the 134, actually, look at that, $18 million to close that sucker. So, yeah, if NVIDIA keeps going up, that's going to cost more and more and more to close out that position. The value of NVIDIA is $1.4 billion. The NAV is $23.30. Trade price $23.35. And you see the synthetic value. It's it's in the crapper right now. It's a negative. So, no bailout here. So that's NVIDIA. Now we'll go to Misty. Misty has 1 synthetic position. It's a synthetic 315, 45,640 contracts, and that's 15%. Their MSTR is 15% above that strike price, which is good. However, it expires in 61 days, and they haven't touched it yet. So I don't know. Who knows if they'll touch it now. Now, let's look at how they're what they look like for the week. All right. Again, anything in gray we covered. Color coded strike prices. I'm just going to go top to bottom though. So we got about 26,000 contracts at a 385 strike price, 5.71% out of the money. You got 4,325 contracts, 352.50 strike price. That's 3.21% in the money. So that one's a loser right now. And then you got 500 plus down below 10,000. So 10,500 contracts, 375 strike price, 2.97% out of the money. And then you got 1,980 contracts, 365 strike price, 0.22% out of the money. And then 2,760 contracts, 380 strike price, 4.34% out of the money. So they're kind of scattered all over the place. Unfortunately, one of them is in the money. One of them is essentially at the money. So, we really need MSTR to chill out, stay volatile, right? But just chill. They do have call credit spreads on every single one of them. So, but we know how big the gap is that they make. But again, we'll see. MSTR, they had a rough week last week. So it could flip green, very green, or it could just stay more red. Who the heck knows? Is Santa Claus rally this week or next week? Does anyone even know? I don't know. 30-day IV, 101%. Outstanding shares, 55 mil. Total net income, 37.4 million so far. That's a distribution of 68 cents. Daily income of 14 cents a day. Daily yield, 0.44%. And if you annualize that, that's 159% yield, which is kind of more in line with what we expect. Same reaction from Saturday. We're basically saying, slow down, okay? Slow down. But in reality, I don't want it to slow down because I got a lot of shares of MSTU, the double leverage fund of MSTR, and I need to sell calls on them, preferably sooner than later. But we'll see. Group D declares January 15th, 23 days away. All right, payment information, synthetic loss, 11.5 mil. Short call income, 37.4 mil. That's a total net income of 25.8 mil. Now, if we look at total income per share, it's 47 cents. But on the weeklies, it's actually 68 cents. So if we throw that into the Rotomator, our next estimate would come to 381 with all things, staying equal. Obviously, that's a, long shot based on where we're at, but we'll see. It's possible. That's a 159% yield. Little Rod getting tired. He got up at 3 a.m. Maybe he'll fall asleep on me. 30-day IV is 102%. Based on that, you'd look at a $2.44 payment. But again, we just got paid on Misty, so we can't really talk about payments. We see that their synthetic is still valuable. Look at the orange, 416 million that call's worth. The put would cost 176 mil to close. So, and then we see the whole, this is a scattered-do right in the middle, but we'll see how all that plays out. All right, the value of Misty fund is 1.7 bill. The NAV is 31.21, and the trade price is 31.17. If MSTR has a super green week, this could be a $2 billion fund when all said and done. Synthetic bailout money, they have about $240 million. Should they get smoked on the weeklies, obviously they can use that. But they didn't do it last cycle, so I don't think, nope. Not going to try to guess when they're going to do it now, so no point. All right, last but not least, we go to the other two, AMZY and Cony. So first up is AMZY. They have a synthetic 210. Currently, Amazon is at 224. So obviously, this synthetic is in a good spot. They're 6.63% above that synthetic strike. They have one strike price, one call. It's a 230. 11,035 contracts, 230 strike price, 2.26% out of the money. They do have a call credit spread, so the call that they bought is a 237.50 strike. That's 5.59% away from the current price of Amazon. Total net asset value of this fund is tiny compared to these monsters, but it's 250 mil. The NAV is 1921, and the trade price is 1919. Their synthetic is worth about 19 mil. And we look some details here. Amazon IV is 26.92%. Their estimate based on that IV would come to 40 cents. But again, they were part of Group D who just declared, so they'll declare in 23 days on January 15th. Okay. Last but not least, Cony. Cony has three synthetics. They have a 280, a 300, and a 320. Coin is at 278. So their synthetics are not in a good spot. In fact, they are all mostly gold diggers, but since it's Monday and I'm not in the garage, I'm not definitely not singing. I'm not going to wake up the house. So, that's why I go in the garage, because I can be a little louder without waking up too many people, even though Little Rod's already awake. But anyway, let's look at all the calls heading into this week. All right, here we go. 2,600 contracts, 300 strike price, 7.64% out of the money. 19,076 contracts, 302.50 strike price, 8.54% out of the money. 3,900 contracts, 305 strike price, 9.43% out of the money. 10,389 contracts, 307.50 strike price, 10.33% out of the money. And then 4,615 contracts, 320 strike price, 14.81% out of the money. So if anyone is in a great spot, well, we saw Tesley's in a pretty damn good spot, but Cony, this is awesome. Like, good strategy here, spread out all over the place, and they have call credit spreads, which they're still gapped pretty big, but they're there. So whatever, if we need them, we'll see. Crypto, you never know. Crypto bull run could happen, even though it's been happening. All right, so the value of Cony is 1.1 bill. The NAV is 14.33. Trade price 14.35. Synthetic ain't worth a damn. 30-day IV of Coin is 74%. IV estimate for Cony based on that is 82 cents. They're part of Group C, which declares in 16 days on January 8th. Okay? So that's where we stand on not all the funds, but Tesley, Cony, NVDY, Misty, AMZY, right? Okay. Now we will go look at pre-market. Some say this is a waste of time, but again, I enjoy it. At least we're getting towards the end of the video. All right, so this is as of 5:35 a.m. Pretty short video today. Tesla is up 2.84%. We can afford it, right? Tesla can afford it, so it's at 433. So keep going up. Tesley is up 2.82%. It's at 1639. NVIDIA's up 0.85%. It's at 135.88. NVDY is up 0.69%. It's at 23.51. Coin is down 0.61%. It's at 277.01. Cony is down 0.21%. It's at 14.32. MSTR is down, unfortunately. It's good for the calls. It's unfortunate for anyone who's a bag holder on MSTU, but they're down 1.67%. They're at 358.10. Misty is down 0.71%. They're at 30.95. TSLL is up 5.35%. It's at 32.13. TNA is up 0.08%. It's at 42.74. AMDY is up 1.72%. It's at $10.08. AMZY is up 0.47%. It's at 19.28. Bitcoin. Wow, Bitcoin's green, but MSTR is red. What the heck is going on? All right, it's showing that it's up 0.45%. It's at 95,000. He just kicked the phone. 919. Okay, BitX is down. What the heck is going on? It's down 1.08%. It's at 55.76. We'll see what happens when the market opens. This is good news, though. Soxel's actually up 2.6%. It's at 27.93. SMCI is up 0.89%. It's at 31.90. SMCY is up 0.49%. It's at 26.40. Palantir is up 1.35%. It's at 81.64. Woo. Nice. Platy is up. It's catching Palantir. It's up 0.34%. It's at 73.61. TSM is up 1.16%. It's at 199.50. TSMY is up 3.43%. It's at 20.50. Mara is up. That's good. 0.3%. 20.02. And that's it. Mara's the last one. All right. I know. That's a lot, but it is what it is. We got to see where we're at heading into this week. I know I got assigned on a whole bunch of shares on my options trading journey. If you haven't seen my Saturday video, go check it out. I own a lot of MSTU, I own a lot of Soxel. I own some Mara, and I own Misty. And all four of those stocks I plan to sell covered calls on. So yeah, crypto heavy, yes, of course. But it's all good. Crypto has the volatility, and hopefully the market actually can stay green this week and we can make some money. If not, it's going to be sell put week, but I have to be a little careful because I'm running out of cash. So, we shall see. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we will try again tomorrow. Obviously, I'm talking a little lower because I'm not in the garage as mentioned, and I got little Rod with me, and I could, if I speak any louder, the house, not in some, I'm in a 2-story house, but obviously voices carry. And if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them down below. As mentioned, I have a live stream tonight. I'm interviewing Jay Pestricelli from YieldMax, or shall I say from Zega. Obviously, he runs the YieldMax funds. You guys know that. But yeah, it's basically, I'm going to pull up community questions. I'll have a few questions myself, and I'll do follow-ups based on your questions. But yeah, hopefully you guys can make it, and I'll try to get to as many questions as I can, and then we shall go from there, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just want to say thank you for watching. But if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to say the key word. Got a little Rod here. Maybe he wants to say what the key word is. What's the key word? What's the key word?
K.
K?
Yeah.
What's K? What movie's on?
Baby.
Boss Baby?
Yeah.
Okay. The keyword today is Boss Baby, because that is his favorite movie, and that's what's on right now. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, all you have to do is type Boss Baby in the comments. It's actually a pretty good movie. I've seen it about probably 200 times, and I still enjoy it. So what does that tell you? Anyway, guys, I think that's enough for a Monday recap. Hopefully you guys made it through the whole video. You could type in the keyword, and then, yeah, I'll see you tonight. If not, we will talk tomorrow morning. Have a good one. Later.